Hello and welcome. This is reaction video 4 for business law. The initial video was called How Intellectual Property Powers Economic Growth. The speaker first started out by pointing out that America has shifted from where it initially started as a farming economy to an industrial economy, and that we have now moved even farther into an informational economy. He also pointed out that intellectual property might be more valuable than physical property, but is harder to protect. One of the easiest ways that people have found to protect their intellectual property is either through copyrights or patents. Patents, according to the speaker, are a leading indicator on where the economy of the country is headed. He pointed out in the chart behind him that countries that have sustained economic growth have a correlation with the number of patents that were issued. One patent that he mentioned that I found kind of interesting was that of Allegra, that they patent the chemical shape to form the Allegra decongestant pill, and from that patent started a company. The speaker also pointed out that where the education is headed in the U.S. could not just mean neat ideas to be patented, but could be great economic stimulants. The main patents that he had talked about were in the form of clean and green energy. The two areas that are leading for getting patents for the clean and green area from the very beginning were New York State and Tech Valley. Obviously, people know where New York State is, but I'm actually not sure where Tech Valley is. One very interesting thing with clean and green energy is actually when my family was building the house that we're currently living in close to 15 years ago, we were drilling for water, and we drilled 3 times, couldn't find water. So my parents decided, let's put in a pond so that we could have water. As it turns out, because we have the pond, we were able to install a geothermal unit. I'm not exactly sure how the geothermal unit works, but it takes the rising and falling temperatures of the pond and uses it to heat and cool the house, which I found was really interesting. The speaker went on to say that there are metropolitan areas that have exports of over $1 million. Those cities being Chicago, San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York City, and Albany. All of them are pretty famous. And what strikes me is Albany is the only one that's a state capital. The speaker also pointed out that a lot of times businesses try to find creative people, and are working off of that creativity more than they would be looking for the tax breaks and other economic incentives that have already been used and were very efficient in back when we were an industrial economy. But now that we're more of an informational economy, they aren't as heavily weighed. The speaker wrapped up on the point that companies grow around technologies and technology grows around individuals, which makes pretty good sense. You would need a company to use technology, and people get the technology to improve their lives. So this has been a reaction video for business law.